Homeowners in America are worth 40 times more than renters. So the average homeowner in America today is worth over $400,000.
But this doesn't establish causation, i.e. that doesn't mean that buying a home made them rich, right?
It actually does, and I'm gonna go through that here. So the average renter is worth $10,000.
That statistic isn't just a number, it's a warning. David Bach has spent 3 decades teaching millions of people that the path to wealth isn't about making more money, it's about fixing the broken systems running your life. He's the author of The Automatic Millionaire, and in this conversation, he dismantles the myths of renting, budgeting, and willpower. This is Synthesize, where we turn long podcast conversations into their most important ideas. Most of us are trained from childhood to be consumers. We see a business and we think about what we can buy from it. But the wealthy see the exact same business and think about what they can own of it. Bach learned this distinction at 7 years old in a McDonald's.
She said the people over there who have been working, they're called employees. And they've been working for minimum wage. And that's a very hard way to live. She said at the time they made 85 cents an hour. And she said the third type of person is the person who owns this place. They're called an investor. And she said, today I'm going to teach you how to buy stock in McDonald's so that when you come to McDonald's, you'll make money from everybody who's here.
This is the fundamental shift. You are likely transferring wealth to investors every single day, buying coffee, scrolling on your phone, paying for subscriptions. The goal is to stop being just the fuel for someone else's engine and start owning the engine yourself. There is a popular narrative online right now that says renting is freedom and buying a home is a trap. It sounds logical. No repairs, no property tax, mobility. But Bach argues this advice ignores the brutal reality of who actually pays for those repairs in the end.
And if you really believe that renting is better than owning, then you should still consider the idea of buying something then that somebody else rents. Because I promise you somebody's getting rich in the transaction. If you're the renter, you're not the one who's getting rich.
Renting isn't avoiding the costs of ownership. It's paying them for someone else, plus a profit margin. When you rent, you are an asset to your landlord. When you own, the property is an asset to you. Freedom isn't just mobility, it's equity. The biggest mental barrier to wealth is the size of the goal. $1 million feels impossible when you're living paycheck to paycheck. But what if you broke that mountain down into a daily habit? Bach has a specific number that changes everything.
How much money you have to spend per day to go through $10,000? I'll make it easy for you. The answer is $27.40 a day. If you invested that a day for 40 years, you'd have over $4,424,000.
$27.40. That's the gap between struggling and multimillionaire. It's a couple of takeout meals, a subscription, and a few impulse buys. When you realize wealth is just a daily choice of roughly $30, the impossible becomes inevitable. We tell ourselves that if we just had more discipline, we'd be rich. We'd budget better. We'd save more. But relying on willpower is a strategy designed to fail. Human nature is to spend what we see. The only fix is to remove you from the equation.
Unless your financial plan is automatic, it will fail. How do I know this? Because I spent 9 years as a financial advisor at Morgan Stanley and I got to see firsthand. Everyone who came into my office with an ordinary income, who built wealth, they did it by saving automatically. Every single time a client came into my office and they said, I'm gonna bring you a check every month myself, I never had a client save for more than 6 months. They stopped. Once you make the decision to automate your financial life, it works in the background.
Automation beats discipline every time. If you have to decide to save every month, you will eventually decide not to. But if the money disappears into investments before it ever hits your checking account, you build wealth without ever feeling the pinch of sacrifice. Mathematically, paying off your highest interest debt first makes the most sense. It's what every calculator says to do. But you are not a calculator. You are a human being who needs to see progress to keep going.
Now, what people say is, oh, you should take the highest interest rate and pay it off first. But I wouldn't tell you that, Stephen. I'd tell you, you take the smallest credit card. I don't care what the interest rate is.
The smallest amount.
Smallest amount. So maybe this card right here is $500. And this card down here is $3,000. I'd have you make minimum payments on every card automatically. This is really important, the automatic part.
This is about psychology, not math. By crushing the smallest debt first, you get a dopamine hit, a win. That momentum is worth more than the 2% interest you might save doing it the logical way. You need to feel like you're winning to keep fighting. This conversation takes a darker, more urgent turn when discussing women and money. There is a statistical reality that many couples ignore, a timeline that often leaves women financially vulnerable at the exact moment they are most emotionally devastated.
Okay, the average age of widowhood in America is 59 years old.
When you say widowhood, you mean the age in which a woman becomes a widow?
Exactly, they're married and they lose their husband. Okay, so women are often wiped out when that happens financially.
59 is young. It is tragically young. This statistic shatters the illusion that we have time to figure it out later. Financial engagement isn't just about wealth, it's about survival. Because of that reality, Bach has a non-negotiable rule. It doesn't matter how rich your partner is or how much you trust them. Financial delegation is financial abdication.
As a woman, you have to be in charge of your finances. Period. Drop the mic. End of discussion. You can't delegate your financial well-being to anyone else. You have to be in charge.
Drop the mic. It's a stark directive. You can delegate the lawn care, you can delegate the grocery shopping, but you cannot delegate the architecture of your own survival. Total agency is the only safety net that holds. If you fight with your partner about money, you probably think your relationship is broken. Bach suggests it's actually just normal. We are subconsciously attracted to people who handle money differently than we do, creating a natural friction.
Often, we marry our financial opposite. So I always joke, like I used to do a lot of seminars for couples, and I'd say, there's two types of people that are born in the world. One person comes out literally with a calculator and they're born to track where all the money goes, and they love to budget, and they're super excited about investing. That's one kind of person. The other kind of person loves to shop, loves to spend money. Almost inevitably, those two people hook up.
The spender and the saver aren't enemies. They are a checks and balances system. If two spenders marry, they go broke. If two savers marry, they never enjoy life. The conflict isn't a sign of failure. It's an invitation to find a middle ground that neither of you could find alone. Ultimately, money is just a tool to buy the one thing you can't get more of: time. Bach closes with a question he learned from Tony Robbins, a question that forces you to confront the gap between your intentions and your reality.
Are you going to be alive in 10 years, having worked on your dream, hopefully gotten it, right? Done all the things I've taught you to do, model the masters, got yourself in peak state, learn the pattern recognition. Have you gotten 10 years older, having gone through dreams and maybe got it? Or did you just get 10 years older and you let your dream die?
We often fear failing at our dreams. We should fear something else much more: simply getting older without ever having tried. 10 years will pass regardless. The only choice you have is who you will be when they do. David Bach's philosophy is simple. The system is rigged to make you a consumer, but you can hack it to become an owner. Automate everything. Don't rely on discipline. Build a machine that saves for you. Own, don't just rent. Stop paying off someone else's investment. Start today. 2740 is all that stands between you and a different life. The question isn't whether you can afford to start, it's whether you can afford to wait. If this kind of breakdown helps you think differently, you'll probably enjoy the next video too.